God, boy, they're not going to make a good leader. So this man, pro God, pro family, pro life, pro jobs, pro police, and always America first. Let me introduce you to Michael Cargile. Mike, would you come up, Mike, and say a few words?
Thank you so much. Thank you. As you said, my name is Mike Cargile. I got saved about 25 years ago. I lived in the Valley. I was an actor. I came to Hollywood. I was an Army officer before that. I came out here to be a movie star, and we see how that worked. Nobody's ever heard of me. But that's how God works, isn't it? You know, He took me through journeys. I've been in the music industry. I've been in the film industry. Through that, I got saved. When my life hit rock bottom about 25 years ago, that's when God picked me up and started this whole new life. That's when I met my wife. Our first date was to church. So we used to go to a church out in the Sunland. It was pastored by a guy, some of you may have heard, a guy named John MacArthur. Pastor John MacArthur baptized me. My son's over here. He recently graduated from Pastor MacArthur's University, the Master's University up in Santa Clarita. I am absolutely the most blessed guy you will see on this stage. I truly am living a life by the grace of God. But I'm running for Congress now because nobody would run against the lady who represents this area. Now, this district is called the 35th District, and it goes from Pomona all the way to Fontana. So it's all of Pomona, uphill to Foothill Boulevard, upland, and then it cuts out Claremont, and then it's all of Montclair, all of Ontario, Rancho from Foothill down, and Fontana from Foothill down, and then all of Ontario, all of Chino, and we picked up Eastvale and half of Chino Hills. I think it's the greatest district in California. I love cars. We have the NHRA, the drag racing strip at Pomona, best drag strip in the country. At the other end in Fontana, we have a NASCAR track, the Auto Club Speedway. Down south and near Eastvale, we have two of the best gun ranges I've ever seen in Rahagas and Prado. In the middle, we have an international airport. And there are at least 4 churches in this district that are 10,000 members plus. Now, what kind of people like to go to drag races, NASCAR, shoot guns, and go to church? Right? That's my kind of people. And I do not believe for a second that the lady who is currently in this seat represents us or our values. So I had a guy come up to me last cycle, and he said, "Mike, you're going to have to work for my vote." And I said, "What on earth does that even mean?" But what he was saying was, if you do something, then I'm going to vote for you. And so we have politicians who go, "Okay, well, what do you want me to do? I want your vote. What do you want me to say?" And they'll do and say anything so that you will vote for them. And that's why we are in the predicament we are in. So I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to tell you who I am. And now you judge me based on those values. Do these values that Mike holds represent you? And now you have to decide for both of us whether I'm going to go to Congress and represent our values. And our shared values are pro-God. I am pro-God. Now, does that mean I can only represent Christians? No. That means that above me sits a standard put by God. We call it the Bible. And I sit under it. And that is very, very good because we need Christians in office who hold themselves to a higher standard than our own opinion. Because if we have our own opinion, then I could say, hey, if a baby's born alive, you can still kill it. It's not murder because that's my opinion. And that is a very, very dangerous place. I am pro-God, pro-family, pro-life, all life from the womb to the tomb. All life is given by God and it is precious and must be protected. In all cases, pro-life, pro-jobs, we have got to get back to where we were. We have got to get back to the future in a way. This Green New Deal, what's being posed on us right now, and you have to understand the genesis of this, is people who worship the creation and not the creator. So they elevate the world. And in so doing, they're destroying all of us. So pro-jobs and pro-police. If we do not have, and 1 John is very clear, lawlessness is sin. If there is no law, it is a sinful world. So we must protect the police, and we must stand with the police. Pro-God, pro-family, pro-life, pro-jobs, pro-police. And in all things, America first. We must take care of our own. We must take care of our veterans first before we look to help the world out. So my name again is Mike Cargile. If you can't remember it, smile. It's Cargile. And this is the guy you want that represent both of us. Thank you for your time. Thank you for attention. God bless all of you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark Cargile.